Okay, so first of all, this session is about the approach. Okay, how you should have tackled the question. So I know that many of you first time wrote the answers, getting 3 marks, and it's like, oh, three, fine. So most of you are getting 3, 4 marks only. Okay. So the reason is that you will not get more than 4.5 marks or 5 marks in any case. It was your college days that you used to get 6, 7 marks, 8 marks. No. Not here in the institutes, in the test series, you will never get more than 5 marks. In 10 marker, obviously. I'm not talking about the 15 marker. Okay, it's 10 marker. So you will not get more than 5 marks for a good answer. In institutes, in UPSC, you get somewhere 6 and 7. That I know. Okay, so whenever you write relevant, okay, but not to the point, you get 3 or 3.5. When you write irrelevant, shit, trash, you will get 1.5 to. Sometimes just you have filled the page, so you will get half, 1 marks. This is how it is. That institutes do the marking. So in my opinion, the marking do not matters. Okay, it do not matters. Review matters, comments matters. Moreover, the kind of sessions that I will take, it also matters somehow. Okay. Then with every passing day, you guys will be improving. More you address the demand, more you write the relevant things, marks will be 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5 max. 5, even these copy evaluators do not give. Okay. First myth clear. Okay. Second myth, like, sir, what to write? Okay. I saw some copy, so I shared one copy. I guess Gopal is not here. Okay, so it was his copy. That was the decent copy for that question. So what I observed, everyone changed their writing style. Okay, and they tried to just copy it. Okay, a smiling face means that you are copying. Huh? So it's fine. The structure and presentation can be copied. No need to be worried about. That was a really decent copy. Okay. See, every topic have more than 200 words content. For example, 1000 words content. Every topic had the content of somewhere 1000 to 1500 words. I am talking about the content, not your writing. Okay, don't worry. Content की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. So relevant content. Now 1500 words content cannot be written. So it might be the case that Sai Kiran will write some 200 words. That is not common to Madhvi. And Prithvi will write 100 from Sai Kiran, 100 from Shreya. So she will feel, oh, Sai Kiran ka 100 was more relevant. So this is how it is. A main answer is about the perspective. It is about the how you justify calibration. Remember the word I have used in my sessions. How you are writing relevant things. So it might be a case 3 good answers and nothing in common. It might be a case. Okay, and number of points and you have not written. So what? It doesn't mean that you are writing trash or something. It might be a case you all get 3.54 marks. Fine. So never consider any question as a model answer. So why we say model answer? Why don't we say super answer? It can be one of the ways. Means is the game of perspectives. Okay. So 2 myth cleared. I hope you guys had the questions. But when I asked, there was no questions. Okay. So you do not know what to ask at least. Okay. So fine. Third thing, don't cross 3 pages there. Okay? Don't cross 2 pages. Don't go into 3 pages. Write in UPSC format. When I say UPSC specific copy, it can be any institutes as well. But वो UPSC का जो होता है ना, दोनों side line, ऊपर एक line, in that format only. When we draw by ourselves, what happens? कोई margin छोटा, कोई margin बड़ा. So we are not practicing the way we should do. ठीक है? तो fine. और अब ये मैं अपने लिए बोल रहा हूँ. Give me scanned pages in PDF format only. I've already told you guys next time I will just block the person so that he or she should never send the answer. क्या इमेज भेज देते हो तुम? सेल्फी लेके भेज रहे हो तुम मुझे अपनी? कुछ भी, किसी का बेड दिख रहा है, किसी की चद्दर दिख रही है, क्या करूं मैं उसका? ओके, सो इट शुड बी अ प्रॉपर यार रीडेबल फॉर्मेट. इतना भी मतलब टेक्स्ट सेवी बनो यार थोड़ा सा, ठीक है? और किसी एक के लिए ना, 4-5 लोग हो तुम, ठीक है? तो सिर्फ एक बंदा पर्सनली मत लेना, 5 लोग हो, 5 लोग पर्सनली लेना. वो 2 रिकॉर्डिंग में देख लेना, 3 प्रेजेंट हो, दैट्स इट. ठीक है, फाइन. अभी ना नंबर का चश्मा नहीं है, ये एंटी ग्लेयर है. तुम लोग चाहते हो लग जाए, मैं पूरी कोशिश करूंगा नहीं लगे, ठीक है? तो लेट्स सी हु विंस. फाइन, चलो. So in this session I will be discussing questions that you have attempted till now. I guess 4 questions are there. Okay, 4 or 5? 4, I guess. Okay, so fine. So first question was evaluated by myself only. So you know the difference between the evaluator's evaluation and my evaluation. Okay, so you know how it works. Okay, second, sometimes evaluator write comment and you feel that you are not convinced कि वो comment ठीक है. So go with your instinct, not the evaluator's instinct. थोड़ा सा research कर लो, थोड़ा सा लिखो, because ultimately you have to write comments, not the evaluator. Okay. तो एक आधा क्वेश्चन इधर उधर हो सकता है. इफ यू वेल कन्विंस्ड, मैं भी कुछ कमेंट दे रहा हूँ, डोंट टेक इट पर्सनली. रिमेंबर दैट 1000 वर्ड्स 5 पर्सपेक्टिव, 200 into 5. अगर उसमें परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन दोनों लगाया तो फिर n नंबर ऑफ वेज हो जाएगा. ठीक है, आई होप सीसेट इज रिवाइज्ड समहाउ. ठीक है, चलो. सो जस्ट लेट मी शेयर द स्क्रीन, लेट मी नो व्हेन इट इज विजिबल. So these are the majorly 4 questions that we have to discuss, I guess. Okay. Now look at the questions first. Okay, our rule will be simple. These are NCERT questions from modern history. So you should know that whatever questions I have chosen, I have not chosen some random questions. Okay, कि कुछ भी आ गया जो पेज खुल गया खोल दिया. Somehow it gave you feel of UPSC questions, since I assume that you guys are looking up at UPSC questions as well, previous year questions. Okay, so it means sometimes questions of NCERT are quite relevant to practice. Any of these questions can come into the mains examination, nothing to be worried about. Okay, so people ask me when to start answer writing, how to start answer writing, those who will watch this video as an audience. So let me make it clear. These are the NCERT questions only that I have chosen, which have UPSC orientation. You can go with the question, any question of these 4 questions, and you will find the single question has been asked by the UPSC in some format or other. So I'm taking these questions at 10 marker, 200 words, 2 pages only. Okay. In this question, my focus my focus will not be on the what to write, but how to write, because what to write is something that you can do. Okay, now first question, I think many of you have not attempted yet. Okay, so you can attempt after the discussion as well. To what extent was revolt of 1857 the result of popular discontent? Okay, so first understand the meaning of the popular discontent. Discontent, sir अच्छा नहीं पढ़ाते, करण. Okay, fine. Popular नहीं है. Karan, Devyanshi, Vandana, Madhvi and all. Everyone is saying, apart from Sharon, sir अच्छा नहीं पढ़ा रहे. Popular discontent means support from the every hook and nook and corner. That you have to analyze what. It is saying to what extent. Now here only I can decide that flip side is also present over here. To what extent? So one perspective will always be there. It's not only about the popular discontent, but handful of people having discontent. So how to prove that were handful? Whether a major chunk of certain areas participated in revolt or not. That will be flip side. I will not discuss what to write in any question. आज के सेशन का पर्पस नहीं है मेरा. ठीक है, that you have to figure it out. So let's start. See, when the question is about 1857 revolt, so you can always set up the background. Okay, and it is about the popular discontent. Okay, and foreign rule. So always go with the background. Why 1857 revolt? Problem ये है कि suppose I troll anyone amongst you, तो he or she will not respond. But सबको करूंगा तो तुम्हें लगेगा नहीं, आज सर की बैंड बजा देते हैं एक सेशन में मिलके सारे. ठीक है, this is what. So what Britishers felt basically. ठीक है, कहीं कुछ हो रहे हैं, अच्छा पीजेंट्स को दिक्कत है, अच्छा जमींदार को भी दिक्कत है, अच्छा अब आर्मी में भी दिक्कत आने लगी है. ओके, ना ट्रेन वगैरह भी चल रही हैं. ट्रेन को वाले को ट्रेन से एक पैसेंजर गया, उसने यहाँ पे बिहार में डॉग्स एंड इंडियंस आर नॉट अलाउड देखा था. ठीक है, देन ही रियली वेंट इनटू द सम व्हाट टू से सदर्न पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया. ओके, सदर्न इंडिया or India from down south in the words of J. Sai Deepak. Okay, so what do you observe over there? Okay, even there Britishers was against us, even in the down south Britishers was against us. It means we are being oppressed by the same person. Collectivity, they felt over it. So this is the gist of this question, how it became popular, how multiple infrastructure, railway, telephones and all linked Indians. So that's why they felt कि हाँ भाई oppressor is same first. ठीक है, now just मैंने दे दिया क्वेश्चन का, मैं स्ट्रक्चर दे रहा हूँ. Just I have already provided, now I will give you the structure. Introduction should be about 1857 background or 1857 revolt. 1857 revolt was coined as first war of independence by some historians. Not all agreed. You can name Veer Savarkar as well. Some historians agreed, some did not. Okay, so I generally ask people avoid controversial names. A reason for the same, it might be a case that present dispensation is Veer Savarkar friendly, but it might be a case the examiner that is going to check your copy was being recruited by earlier regime and he do not like Veer Savarkar. So it might be a case कि वो अफजल हम शर्मिंदा है वाली गैंग से हो. You never know. ठीक है, in any case तो avoid. That's why I did not name Veer Savarkar. दो I got के दिव्यांशी को पता है. ठीक, fine. Introduction clear. When you say some historian, you there makes it clear that some historians do not agree as well. ठीक है, Venn diagram वाला केस अपना syllogism. ठीक, now the structure. To what extent? Different headings. Oppressed by same oppressor. Okay. Economical reasons. Okay. Socio-cultural reasons. Okay. I'm just giving you heading. I'm not telling anyone what to write. That you have to read and write. ठीक है. Moreover, when you go down, means next point. Economic over political reasons. Okay. Then self-awakening, cultural renaissance, different subheadings I have given you. Now points under them. Flip side I have already discussed. Conclusion. What was the learning that we had from the failure of 1857 revolt? Anyone?
That there needs to be a strong leadership.
Okay. We
Yeah,
will
cultural identity, a sense of collectiveness.
good. Agreed. Kriti?
So sense of nationalism was missing,
Good.
and that's it.
Okay. Divyanshi?
So organization was missing.
Good. Anyone else? बाकी सबकी मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री मॉडर्न हो गई है इट सीम्स. माधवी?
सर जो जमींदार थे, नोबल्स थे, हैदराबाद के निजाम इंदौर एंड जो रिच मर्चेंट्स थे, उन्होंने सपोर्ट नहीं किया, वो सपोर्ट ब्रिटिश को किया.
ओके. अग्रीड. साई किरण?
Sir, everyone had their own personal reasons, but lack of collective reasons.
So you intermingled two already mentioned point, and that was a good point. I will agree. Fine. So almost you all have said. So basically, how you will put up these points? Now, whatever you have said, it seems that it was a negative kind of thing that we observed. Okay, so that's why I use the word learning. So for the future revolts, I will mention whatever issues were there, na? We got success in 1947. Okay. Why we got success? Because these things were tackled at this time or nullified by that time. We had the organization, different organizations, Congress we had. Okay. That was a different Congress from the time being. Okay. Hindu Muslim fellowship. Unity you mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Fellowship मत बोला करो, मैं चला जाता हूँ अपने बैकग्राउंड में. Okay. Nevertheless. ठीक है. Now you got my point. So I am using a positive term for the negative, that these were the learnings. Okay. Now, next question. Examine the policy of conquest and annexations. Whenever there is a word examine, as the command says, you have to say whether it was successful or not. You have to take a stand. Okay. So first of all, it is the policy of conquest and annexation. So background, श्रेय कुछ बोलना है क्या?
सर एक डाउट था.
हाँ बोलिए.
फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन में जो एक्सटेंट ऑफ पॉपुलर डिसकंटेंट है, तो उसमें सोशियो इकोनॉमिक या पॉलिटिकल की वजह है, मतलब स्टेक होल्डर वाला नहीं दे सकते हैं कि मतलब पेजेंट्स को अलग से लेते हुए.
So I'm giving you umbrella term. You are going for the micro things. I'm giving you the headings. You are going for the pointers. लिख तो हम दोनों सकते हैं. जो मैं हेडिंग दे रहा हूँ वो पॉइंटर्स में ही तो जाएंगे. जो आप बोल रहे हो पीजेंट से एक पॉइंटर उसमें से.
अच्छा.
ठीक है. चाहे उसे
इकोनॉमिक सब टॉपिक में ही, जैसे पॉलिटिकल सब टॉपिक हो गया, इकोनॉमिक सब टॉपिक हो गया, तो
पीजेंट इज नॉट अ सब टॉपिक. देखो सब टॉपिक में सब टॉपिक्स मतलब उसके नीचे पॉइंटर्स हो जाएंगे. इफ यू से मी द पीजेंट, इसके अंडर पॉइंटर्स क्या बनेंगे अगर आप पीजेंट्स को एक सब टॉपिक बोल रहे हो?
हाई टैक्सेस हो गया, उसके बाद उसका लैंड ग्रैब हो गया,
तो
उसके बाद एक्सप्लॉइटेशन.
हैज इट बीन आस्क्ड?
तो पॉपुलर डिस्कंटेंट तो सर उसकी पॉलिसी की वजह से हुआ ना, मतलब कंपनी की पॉलिसी की वजह से पॉपुलर डिस्कंटेंट
whether they have asked you, is that उन्होंने पूछा आपसे कि पॉलिसी के बारे में डिस्कंटेंट हुआ या नहीं हुआ? उन्होंने पूछा टू व्हाट एक्सटेंट पॉपुलर डिस्कंटेंट हुआ था, कौन कौन से एरिया से पॉपुलर डिस्कंटेंट को सपोर्ट मिला और कौन कौन से एरिया से नहीं मिला.
अच्छा.
हमें सिर्फ इसकी बात करनी है. तो वट एवर यू आर सेइंग वो इररेलेवेंट है क्वेश्चन के लिए.
ठीक है.
समझ गए?
समझिए.
ठीक है. चलो ठीक है. तो एग्जामिन दोबारा थोड़ा सा आते हैं क्वेश्चन पे. So examine the policy. You have to take certain kind of stand, I guess. Examine the policy of conquest and the annexations. When I say examine, you have to take a stand. Okay, so first in the introduction itself, why he came up with the policy of conquest and annexation? क्यों लाया? Now I'm giving some फालतू पर ज्ञान. Revenue बढ़ाने के लिए आया. Whether he came with this policy for the enhancement of revenue for the British. Okay. Whether it was to enhance the boundaries, whether both the factors are true. So I will mention the same in introduction. Whether he consolidated the British Empire or whether he expanded the British Empire through these policies, while Lord Dalhousie is I say respected amongst the Britishers. Madhvi, you have to ask something? Okay, fine. Your hand was raised, so I thought. So I will mention the same in the introduction itself. And now is it say examine. So I will say positive impacts for Britishers. I will mention the points. Negative impacts for Britishers. I will mention my points. Then in the flip side, do we have the flip side over here? No. Here we do not have. Okay, we are examining. Okay, so what I will say over there, sorry. So what I will say, that conquest and annexations were whether successful or not in the conclusion. But I cannot directly say successful or failure. So how will I write? Any guesses? Anything that you want to say? Anyone? Because you have written this question, I guess. Yes, Divyanshi.
So what I have written, I will मतलब कि उसको मॉडर्न मेकर ऑफ मॉडर्न इंडिया इसीलिए कहा जाता था क्योंकि उसकी पॉलिसीज की वजह से कहीं ना कहीं रिवोल्ट हुआ जो डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ लैप्स थी. इट पेव्ड द वे फॉर द फर्स्ट वॉर ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस. मैंने तो ये
Conclusion.
हाँ.
Good conclusion है. मना नहीं कर रहा. कृति.
Okay.
सर अगर हमें बेनिफिट शो करना है तो हम ये बता सकते हैं कि ब्रिटिशर्स की इकोनॉमी कितनी एनहांस हुई है उसकी पॉलिसीज के बाद.
Good. Madhvi.
Sir, uniformity of administration, consolidation of power, addition of resources to treasury, and it was very highly controversial and led to repeal in 1859.
This is the line that I will do. Good. Okay. Yes, Lanchi.
सर मैंने लिखा है दैट डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ लैप्स के बाद जो फर्स्ट इंडिपेंडेंस हुआ था उसके डिक्लाइन के बाद यही सारी चीजें सेम रिपीट हुई थी 1971 में. लाइक जो
71?
हाँ सर 1971 सॉरी आफ्टर दैट एक्चुअली ईयर गलत लिख दिया मैंने.
1971, Bangladesh was born. Thanks to our honorable Prime Minister Indira Gandhi ji, only Congress Prime Minister that I love the most. Okay.
हाँ तो ये वाला पैरा लिखा है जिसके अंदर मैंने अमेंडमेंट 26 को भी मेंशन किया है.
Very good. Are you guys able to get what Lanchi has written? Or no? No? Lanchi explained to them.
सर एक्चुअली जब
Not
इंडिपेंडेंस हुआ था
sir,
तो
to
उसके
them
बाद
only. Sir, to them, not sir. Sir got it.
तो उसके बाद इट वाज लाइक कि जो इंदिरा गांधी के अंदर गवर्नमेंट थी कहीं ना कहीं उस टाइमिंग पे भी यही कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स चल रहे थे दैट जो भी सारे मतलब जितने भी रॉयल फैमिलीज को बिलोंग करते हैं उनको कहीं ना कहीं वही सेम प्रिविलेजेस मिलते जा रहे थे. तो उस टाइम पे इंदिरा गांधी ने ये सारे प्रिविलेजेस को खत्म करने की डिमांड रखी थी एंड उसके बाद से जितने भी रॉयल प्रिविलेजेस हुए थे बाय बर्थ वो सारे कैंसिल कर दिए गए थे एंड जितनी भी रॉयल फैमिलीज हैं उनको तक एज ए इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट दिया गया था लाइक जितने भी आज अभी तक कंटिन्यू हो रहे हैं.
ठीक है. So this is a good perspective, but I will not comment to write in the answer. Reason for the same, what I am saying, it is somehow putting post-Indian independence into the negative light. As if our rulers were not cooperative, as if they wanted to have some new kind of nation, or if they wanted to extract money on the grounds of democratic nations and all. So we will not put up this like this. However, I will say yes, at the same time, how you should go this line, I guess Madhvi was there when I say, first you mentioned, though, even though it has, in conclusion itself, it enhanced ब्रिटिशर के ऊपर है ना गाली देनी है, means whenever we are going to write anything about the Britishers, we can abuse them. Abuse means negative, right? Written, okay. So what I will say, even though it has at that time enhanced the boundaries and the venue of the British Empire, but at the same time it dropped the seeds of tan tan tan. When I say tan tan tan, it means what viewed next. What challenges Britishers faced? I will mention one two in the conclusion itself. That's it from my side. Okay, I'm not mentioning tan 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 or something like that because अब ये तुम सोचो, सारा आंसर मैं दे दूंगा ना फिर. ठीक है?
नहीं sir, I'll write it again once again.
Okay, so never do it. Okay. Okay. Discuss the major cultural developments in the Indians in the 18th century. Acha, when I have written 18th century, which year I mean?
1700.
Okay, so I got 1-2 answers. Those who have mentioned 18th century, 1800 something. नहीं, सेंचुरी मतलब उससे 100 साल पीछे वाला, मतलब 18th सेंचुरी कंप्लीट होने वाली है, ऐसे याद रखो उसको, इफ यू हैव एनी इश्यूज. ठीक है, तो मेजर कल्चरल डेवलपमेंट्स. सो कल्चरल डेवलपमेंट्स, व्हाट इज एक्चुअली अ कल्चर? एनीवन? नहीं?
So related to art, music, dance, drama.
ओके. सोशियोलॉजी का कौन है यहाँ पे? कोई नहीं सोशियोलॉजी का. सोसाइटी, व्हाट इज द, अरे आई एम ओके. श्रेय.
Sir, lifestyle follow to carry on daily tasks.
Nothing, just way of life. How
Yes.
are you living? ठीक है, whatever you said, I've said in the 3 simple words, way of life. ठीक है, simple. ठीक है, so whatever is impacting our way of life, part of the cultural development, you can mention. Whenever cultural development as a word comes, always relate it holistically with word socio-economic. Now, important part of culture, especially in India, is religion, society. So whenever societal reforms, they should be primacy. Religious reforms, they should be priority as well. Then you can mention on the third front, socio-economic in general. Okay, so when I say socio-economic in general, you can talk about the peasants, you can talk about the women, you can talk about the caste, class, whatever it is. Okay, however, caste, class, women, I will say you write in the society parts in general. Here you mention about mostly about the peasants and all. Okay, what kind of revolts, tribal revolts and all. Suddenly any new leader came up, so you have to mention all that. So most of you, I guess, somehow digressed from the topic. Now you can relate, I guess. Correct? So you should have written through this, and the command is nothing but discuss. You have to just write an introduction. What you will write? Anyone?
आई गेस मैंने तो सर ये लिखा था कि पहले कल्चरल स्टैग्नेशन थी बट फिर भी कुछ कल्चरल डेवलपमेंट्स थी. वीक सा था इंट्रोडक्शन.
काव्या?
Sir, I wrote like this: in the midst of political crisis, that is fall of Mughal Empire in the 18th century, India took the opportunity of cultural development by creative innovations.
Background: 17th century is where you fought certain wars, Buxar, Palasi and all, and she brought it up. Good. Divyanshi?
Sir, I have written the 18th century era witnessed cultural heterogeneous period based on a broad homogeneous cultural unity.
ठीक है, श्रेया?
The India of 18th century saw major political change that began from Aurangzeb's death and continued to later Mughals, with foreign traders establishing. ठीक है
पूरा लिख दिया था ना ब्रिटिश एम्पायर?
जी
ठीक है, फाइन. कृतिक?
सर मुझे क्वेश्चन लिखते हुए एक डाउट था. जैसे आपने बोला कि सोसाइटी, सोशियो इकोनॉमिक और ये सब इंक्लूड करना चाहिए, तो मैंने जस्ट एक सोचा कि वो तो सोसाइटल इम्पैक्ट्स में आ जाएगा. कल्चर मीन्स आर्किटेक्ट, डांस, ड्रामा, लिटरेचर and languages. So I based my answer on that only.
That's why I said na, a culture is the way of life. That's why I expanded that term in the starting. I know that हम कल्चर पढ़ते हैं तो हमारे दिमाग में नितिन सिंघानिया घूमने लगती है, तो फिर वही चलेगा आंसर में. I know that. तो इसीलिए तो that is the part of answer. I am not saying that whatever you have written is irrelevant. Those things will certainly come in the socio-economic side of, मतलब जो मैंने in general points बोले थे. Main 2 points is in religion और society मैंने अलग किया. Because see, this is the, I will say, harsh truth, or not harsh truth, but universal truth about the India. We can do anything over here. Okay, anything. We cannot eliminate any religion from India. Any religion, I am telling you. ठीक है. So second, society है, caste, class, creed सब रहेगा यहाँ पे. But we have to end discrimination. We don't have to end anything else. That's it. Okay, so you should be clear about it. 19 में क्वेश्चन आया था, then 21 में 20 में आया था. It was about the secularism, that was talking about the appeasement and all. Okay, so UPSC is asking such questions these days where you need to have a stand. वो लिबरलिज्म वाले ना थोड़ा थोड़ा दूर हो रहा है, and I like it. ठीक है, मतलब वोकिज्म के नाम पे कुछ भी चल रहा है इस टाइम दुनिया में. I identify myself as a woman. भाड़ में जाओ, है ना? ठीक है, चलो. So my thought process should not impact you. It was a much just personal opinion. ठीक है. So you mentioned, and now let's talk about the conclusion. What kind of conclusion can be there? Madhu, you have to say something or else you lower your hand, yaar. Else I will be confused. Okay, Shrey.
सर सिग्निफिकेंट कल्चरल चेंजेस हो रहे थे पर कंटेम्प्रेरी वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड से कम हो रहा था. तो इससे क्या हुआ है, सोसाइटी में स्टैग्नेशन आया जो कि अल्टीमेटली 1857 के वॉर को कंट्रीब्यूट किया.
Right tone, negative words. You are saying western से कम हो रहा है, ठीक है? It is kind of comparing the both, and you are putting India on receiving end, especially in the conclusion. No.
Yeah.
But yes, these cultural developments helped or created base for the 1857 revolt. That is the best conclusion you can have. I'm saying the best. But the way you presented, got it? So hit, you have hit the point, but वो नहीं चलेगा, ठीक है? काव्या?
Yes, sir. The 18th century cultural elements form the basis for 19th century socio-cultural awakening and 20th century freedom struggle in spreading awareness.
So what I was talking about, she hits the bullseye. I need not to explain what she has done. Okay, fine, good conclusion. See, what should you observe in her conclusions? Crispness and to the point. नहीं लिख रही वो 4-5 लाइन. She is not writing 4-5 lines. To the point. That's it. Okay, Kriti.
So what I have written is creativity of the people continued to find expression. Cultural continuity with the preceding centuries was maintained and local traditions continued to evolve. People of
Too
one
much
region.
explanation. Too much explanation. Okay. So you got the what to write. Avoid it. ठीक है. दिव्यांशी.
सर मुझे एक चीज पूछनी है कि ये वर्ड लिख सकते हैं या इसको एलिमिनेट करना है. मैं आपको बोलती हूँ, दस कल्चरल लाइफ ऑफ 18th century was no dark age at all and paved the way for Indian Renaissance in the next century.
तो सही तो है.
तो सर वो नो डार्क एज पे मुझे डाउट था.
No dark age.
अच्छा.
Some people have said dark age and we do not accept it. You are writing positive about the India.
ठीक है.
Why should you have any problem? चलेगा यार.
सर ठीक है.
ठीक है. So fourth question, I guess I have checked all the answers personally, so I will not much delve into it. Okay, so you have got your comment personally in your copies. Obviously, those who have written, so those who are watching this recording, take this as a taunt. Yes, I do check some copies, but it's only when you send me on the time. Okay, fine. Critically examine Aurangzeb's responsibility for the decline of Mughal Empire. I have already discussed this question and I will just give a recap. Okay, first you write about the Aurangzeb. Okay, so it was the Aurangzeb's time Mughal Empire reached its zenith. Maximum boundaries. One is remaining. Which one?
The land revenue, agrarian relations, I think she's saying.
नहीं sir, nobility contribute to decline of Mughal Empire.
Just send me question. Someone
Second,
send me question on the personal. I have not pasted this in PPT, but I will discuss. Just send me on the personal. मैं ढूंढने नहीं जा रहा. Quick करो ये काम. ठीक है. तो Aurangzeb's responsibility, you write about the Aurangzeb's की maximum boundary, enhanced boundaries. ठीक है. Don't say zenith of the Mughal Empire because पैसों की तंगी आ गई थी. They were struggling with the finances. So zenith is about the finances, I will say. I am yet to attain zenith of my financial security. ठीक है. So I cannot say that I have attained my zenith. Okay. So write about the boundaries, I will say in introduction. Then write about the factors why Aurangzeb was responsible. Then you write about why solely he should not be held responsible. Okay, that is the flip side. Then in the conclusion, that failures of Aurangzeb's were the learnings for Britishers. You can write it. No? So it's like, see, the thing is that when I take curiosity batch, I generally say, wherever I have failed and I have learned after my 6th attempt or something, that I try to teach you so that you do not fail. So failures are mine, are learning for you. Okay? Sometimes other people's failures are also learning for you because I know their failure, but they were doing wrong. Okay? So more or less this. भेज दिया क्या दिव्यांशु क्वेश्चन?
मुझे लगा कि
पर्सनल श्रेय ने भेज दिया. Okay, how did nobility contribute to decline of Mughal Empire? See, how did nobility? First of all, you say the significance of nobility in the introduction itself. Nobility acted as backbone of Mughal Empire. Because why nobles? They were generating revenue. They were loyal to Sultan. अरे राजा साहब, ठीक है. Reason for the same. What happened? Nizam ने कहा चल नहीं करता. It is like first Nizam got departed, then some Awadh wala, then Bengal wala. But nobility was loyal, so they were the backbone. Okay, the strong ruler, nobility, yes sir. Weak ruler, novelty, get lost sir. ठीक है, this is how it is. ठीक है, so you should write in introduction significance. Then how did nobility contribute? So first, whenever this kind of question is na, try to understand how to decipher the question. Yes, how did nobility contribute to decline of Mughal Empire? So you are thinking about the decline of Mughal Empire. अगर मेरे सामने क्वेश्चन आता है, if I got the question, but I think, okay, first let me understand how nobility contributed. Okay, revenue contribution. Okay, so issue क्या हो सकता है? Either revenue is declining or nobility is increasing. In comparison to same, revenue is declining. For example, I joined as a Subedar, strong Subedar in the Mughal Empire during the Akbar times. I married 10 wives. I had 20 children. Now they all are nobles. But earning is mine only, na? So both the cases justified. Fine. So this is how it is. Nobility. Okay, revenue one. Okay. So nobility enhanced. Some strong nobles might be there. They started taking empire on the sidelines. मैं आंसर बताने लग गया हूँ, मतलब इस टाइप के पॉइंट्स. Okay, where you have to write it. I'm not giving the examples. In your answers, you should have certain names as well. Shujabdullah, something like that. I'm just giving you some hint. Okay. Later, Mughal period, modernist phase. Okay. So then, where else they contributed? When I joined, I also give my security to my people. Okay. But what happened? My kids who never saw their praja, means citizens, those 20 kids of mine. Okay, so they lost the faith. When the citizens do not have faith in their rulers, indirectly or directly they are losing faith from the Mughal Empire, because on this the Mughal Empire is established. Acha, Raja Mansingh has just joined with the Akbar. Okay, Mansingh is good. What about the Mansingh's kids? He is noble. Mansingh was being respected by the certain people. But what about the kids? What about the factions within the nobles? Whether they become factions? Okay. So what happened to nobility when the Afghans came? Whether some nobles joined hands with the Afghan? Okay. So this is first you should know in what way nobility contributed. Then you have to write opposite to that. Yeah, you should create huwa. That's how I think. If you think how did decline, points will never come here. You have to think why this question is being asked. And once you think why this question is being asked, things will fall in line. Always set up with the background. Got it? In the conclusion, that was the thing Britishers learned, that if you have to hold the India, it has to be centralized. Not much reliability on the nobles. That's why even the Rajas were under some Britisher only. Central positions, any white man. That was the learning for the Britishers, and it came from the nobility issue only. Okay? Got it? So, okay. So just let me stop screen sharing. Then I shall be talking for 5-7 minutes, then we will leave.
Sir, one more question is left to discuss.
अरे ऐसे मत बोला करो, सो के याद आ रहा है तुम लोगों को. चलो बोलो. भेजो यार, भेजो मुझे, मतलब भेजो. मेरे को याद नहीं है, मेरे को 4 ही दिखे थे उस चैट बॉक्स में. 5 मिनट में जल्दी बना ली, वरना 2 पेज और कर लेता, मेरा क्या जाता.
So 1 minute, I'm sending it.
सब भेज दिया.
ठीक है.
अच्छा, एक चीज बोल. जब ये क्वेश्चन, मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ हाँ
जो ये
हाँ
क्वेश्चन था ना नोबिलिटी वाला, तो जैसे आपने बताया मान सिंह सर, जब हमने क्वेश्चन मतलब मैंने जब क्वेश्चन पढ़ा तो मेरे दिमाग में ये राजपूत वाले नोबल्स आए नहीं। नोबिलिटी का नाम सुनते ही मतलब दोज अवध बंगाल।
हाँ, तो ठीक है, वो भी गलत थोड़ी है, मैंने तो एक एग्जांपल
ओके,
दिया जस्ट। तो इट इज
समझ गई।
अगेन 1000
नहीं
वर्ड्स है ना,
मतलब,
मैंने अपना
अच्छा हाँ
50 सुन लिया, इट डजंट मीन कि सिर्फ मैं
समझ
करेक्ट
गई।
हूँ। ओके,
नहीं नहीं,
ठीक है। In what way did British land revenue policy transform agrarian relations in India? Okay, so first question to you guys. Tell me what is absentee landlord? पढ़ा तो होगा, यस कृति, फास्टेस्ट फिंगर फर्स्ट।
So when one is delegating, it is or responsibility of collecting revenue to others and not present at the same time.
कॉन्सेप्ट्स को हिस्ट्री में समझने की कोशिश कीजिए, पर रट्टा मत लगाइए, बोलने में बहुत दिक्कत होती है वरना। ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट्स, डोंट गो फॉर द रोटलिंग। व्हाट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट? आई एम जमींदार, ओके, सो व्हाट आई
Sir,
डिड,
it's like I'm not living at the village. I'm living at the city, and I am getting the revenue from others uh, to my place, something like that.
let me explain you.
Okay.
Sometimes I do explain better, don't worry. So absentee landlordism is nothing but, see, first when I own the land and you all are living nearby me only, okay, Britishers are not there, we have very good relations. Means I really am saying, when you come to the Meerut Muzaffarnagar area, Chaudhary Chotu Ram and all, they were really a good Kisan leaders, okay, so people respect them, they are holding power because people respect them, okay, so you have good relations. जमींदार साहब पैसे नहीं है घर में, अच्छा ले जाए आपके पास, not exorbitant rate and all. Now if we have good relations, I'm not oppressing you guys, do you think any time I will be able to what to say, become raja kind of people if we are having good relations? Never. भाई बाजीराम खड़ी करने के लिए मुझे भी 2-2 लाख रुपए सबसे चार्ज करने पड़ेंगे, सीधी सी बात है, ठीक है, तो यू हैव टू ऑप्रेस समवेयर और नो, ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ इट इज. Then what happened? Britishers came, they became the masters of the land. श्रेयस के बाद लेता हूँ अभी, ठीक है. Then they became masters of the land. So since they are charging me exorbitant rate as a zamindar, I'm unable to pay. So what does it? Your land is mine now. I will give it to someone else. Give me 1/10, 1/11, 9/11, whatever the system it is. I hope modern history में पढ़ा होगा आप लोगों ने, अब याद भी आ रहा होगा थोड़ा सा. Okay, so I give, as a Britishers gave my land to someone else. Now that person have no relation with all of you. So what he did? Okay, so I am a proper money-minded person. Okay, suppose 100 rupees is rent that, and I have to pay Britishers 90. So why to take all headache? I hired some Muslims. Okay, give me 95. Go ahead. I do not have any relation with all of you. That Muslim will be not having any. So Muslim comes into the village, 105 rupees against 100. Britishers को 90 दिया, 5 तो मैं बैठ के ले रहा हूँ बस because I can hire Muslims. ठीक है, 10 rupees Muslims ने रखा. Some Muslims became very big. They started having junior Muslims. उन्होंने अपने सर्किट रख लिए, इन सारे मुन्ना भाइयों ने अपने सर्किट रख लिए, ठीक है. Again a change of landlords, but who is the landlord? Absentee landlord. No one is the landlord over here. Landlord is absent, ठीक है. Now I hope कृति clear. कहानी अच्छी सुनाता ना, ठीक है. In what way did the British land revenue policy transform agrarian relations in India? So how they transformed? So zamindars to absentee landlordism is one of the prime important points over here. How commercialization of crops has happened. How commercialization of crops has happened over here. Got it? How irrigation system came up, how everything is being charged. अब बाकी पॉइंट्स मैं बता दूंगा तो 2-4 तो सोच लो, 6-7 ही तो लिखने होते हैं, 3 तो मैं बता ही रहा हूँ, ठीक है. सो यू हैव टू गो फॉर 3-4 at least. In the conclusion, these policies only gave Mahatma Gandhi the best mass support. Farmers, Indigo Revolt, Champaran and all, everywhere farmers were utilized. And when in any population more than 70% were farmers and you are getting the support, you are having the support of whole nation. That is how from minuscule movement to mass movement it became. Okay, so conclusion you could have mentioned the same. Flip side, not everything was done bad by the Britishers. Now, if I have to give certain land to absentee means some other landlord, I will do the land measurement. Certainly, na. Else, in my village, a Chacha ji is famous for getting people married. I am lucky that he is not alive now, else I would have married as well by now. Okay, so what he used to say? So whenever any person is here in the village, so can you see it? Can you see it? All the land belongs to this guy. Because at that time no proper patta and all were there, na? Means documentation of the land. So whosoever, wherever you can see, all land belongs to this guy only. So this is how people were being married up to, I will say, 1960s in my village. Okay, so this is how it is, and he was famous from the name of Byah Wale Chacha ji. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, so documentation were there. Okay, and record maintenance, rules and regulations. वरना जिसकी लाठी उसका भैंस भी तो चल रहा था. Who is the muscle man holding more power? Got it? These are the things that matters the most. ठीक है? So सब नेगेटिव भी नहीं है यार. ब्रिटिशर्स ने कुछ भी किया, हमको दे के गए ना, रेलवे दे के गए, टेलीफोन दे के गए. Somehow they helped us in eliminating discrimination as well. ठीक है, क्योंकि उन्होंने सब सारे इंडियंस के साथ डिस्क्रिमिनेट किया ना, तो सही रहा कि सब इक्वलिटी पे आ गए. So this is how it is, the institutionalized democracy and all. Fine. So और कोई क्वेश्चन बचा है क्या? मतलब मुझे दिखे नहीं है, नहीं हो. और भी बचा कोई? Done? ठीक है. Yes, सबसे पहले श्रेय, you have to ask something.
एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का सर पर्पस मतलब अल्टीमेट पर्पस क्या है? स्टेबिलिटी है कि वेलफेयर है?
Depends whose administration is. If you talk about the British administration, so their purpose was stability, status quo. Okay. When you
अगर
talk
प्रेजेंट डे में देखें तो
development,
वेलफेयर में. ठीक है,
ठीक है. So when my administration will become, it will be again status quo is. साफ सीधी बात, I will hold the power. Okay, who's the next? Kavya.
Yes, sir. Can we relate this British land revenue policies? At that time, they conducted this field survey in Mahalwari system and Rotwari too. Can you relate that system to now present day soil health card scheme? No.
Too much deep. Most of the people will not be able to understand.
Okay, sir.
Avoid. Connection is there, but don't go that deep.
Okay.
Divyanshi.
सर मेरा डाउट ये है कि जो एब्सेंटी लैंडलॉर्डिज्म था उसमें क्या ये मेंशन नहीं होगा कि मतलब सिर्फ रेंट लेते थे वो लोग, लेकिन उन्होंने कल्टीवेशन के नए मेथड्स पे या फिर जो उनको प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी
हाँ,
उन
उस
पर
पे
कोई
काम
ध्यान
नहीं
नहीं
किया,
दिया?
उस पे काम नहीं किया।
ओके।
और
तो मतलब
आंसर नहीं डिस्कस किया मैंने जो
हाँ,
पूछ दिए।
नहीं नहीं, मैं सर ये जानना चाह रही थी कि एब्सेंटी लैंडलॉर्डिज्म की डेफिनेशन में ये भी आता है या नहीं, क्योंकि मैं अब तक ये समझते हुए चल रही थी, तो मेरा कॉन्सेप्ट गलत है मतलब।
नहीं नहीं, ये भी आता है। दैट
ओके,
इज हाउ इट। आई
ठीक है।
एक्सप्लेन यू व्हाट इज एब्सेंटी ओवर इन दिस
हम्म,
सिस्टम ना, वो
समझ
बताया।
गए।
ठीक
ओके,
है,
थैंक
वंदना।
यू।
मुझे कंक्लूजन्स में मतलब मैंने जितने भी क्वेश्चंस के सुने तो मेरे कंक्लूजन्स में काफी इशू लग रहा है मुझे। मतलब
धीरे धीरे
एक
ठीक होंगे।
टू
सी,
द पॉइंट नहीं है।
धीरे धीरे ठीक होंगे। इफ यू आर trying to build Rome in a day, you will never be able to build. See, if you find that some conclusion is interesting, that's why we are conducting this session now. So you have
Right.
to learn from there as well. Okay, and
हम्म।
then you have to improve upon it. It's not like that you will not improve. Fine.
और और ये जो उस दिन भी मैंने क्वेश्चन से मैंने आंसर करने से पहले ही पूछ लिया था, अभी भी मुझे नोबिलिटी वाला क्वेश्चन इतना क्लियर नहीं हुआ है।
क्या
या
क्लियर
तो
नहीं हुआ?
मतलब इसमें बेसिकली आंसर पहले करेंगे कि पहले बैकग्राउंड कि एक्चुअली ये स्टार्ट कैसे हुआ
In
ये।
introduction, no. I am talking about why nobility is significant for the any
ओके।
empire. I'm talking about why nobility was there. Then I'm talking about why when question is talking about decline. So I did not say that you write what is their contribution. I hinted that you should पहले आपको पता होना चाहिए ना कि वो कंट्रीब्यूट क्या कर रहे हैं, तभी तो बताओगे कि अब वो चीजें कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, इसीलिए उसका डिक्लाइन हो रहा है। दिस इज हाउ यू हैव टू मेंशन। ठीक है, अगर तुम ये सोचोगे ना क्यों डिक्लाइन हो रहा है, क्यों डिक्लाइन हो रहा है, कुछ भी नहीं लिख पाओगे, जीरो। पहले ये पता होना चाहिए कि मैं कर क्या रहा था, अब मैं वो नहीं कर पा
हो
रहा।
रहा। ओके, मतलब क्या हो रहा
इसीलिए
था
वो,
जिसकी वजह से वो शुरू हुआ लाइक।
देखो पहले पूरा सुनो समझो, उसके बाद क्वेश्चन करो।
हाँ।
मेरे दो हाथ हैं, मैं खाना खाता हूँ, ठीक है, दोनों हाथों से खाता हूँ सपोज, ठीक है, ये मैं खा रहा हूँ, हाथ कट गए, तो डिक्लाइन क्या हुआ है? खाना खाने की स्पीड, मुंह नीचे जाना पड़ रहा है तो कुछ कर रहा हूँ, वो चीज समझो। जैसे बॉडी का मैंने बताया, सिमिलरली कंट्रीब्यूशन इन हाथों का सिर्फ समझ लो सिर्फ खाना खिलाना था मेरी लाइफ में, अब वो नहीं कर रही है, तो डिक्लाइन हुआ ना मेरे खाना खाने की स्पीड में।
राइट।
Similarly, rather than thinking what decline happened in the nobilities, पहले आपको ये पता होना चाहिए ना कि नोबिलिटी कंट्रीब्यूट कैसे कर रही है, वो लिखना नहीं है। लेकिन जब तक ये क्लियर नहीं होगा तब तक तुम्हें क्वेश्चन का आंसर नहीं मिलेगा, मेरा कहने का मतलब ये था। अब बताइए।
ये मुझे मिला भी था कॉमन में, ठीक है ठीक है। मुझे उस टाइम ये समझ नहीं आई थी चीज।
कोई नहीं कोई नहीं, धीरे धीरे आएंगे यार, एकदम से नहीं आएंगे, अभी इसीलिए यूपीएससी लेवल के क्वेश्चंस नहीं उठा रहा। ठीक है,
हाँ ये
फाइन।
ठीक है।
कृति।
सर मुझे वही डाउट है, मुझे फ्लिप साइड बिल्कुल समझ में नहीं आ रहा, कौन से क्वेश्चन में होगा कौन से क्वेश्चन में नहीं होगा। जिसमें मैं सोचती हूँ उसमें होगा तो उसमें
किसमें किसमें
होता
सोच
नहीं है।
किसमें सोच
मैंने सोचा कि इस वाले क्वेश्चन में डलहौजी वाला जो क्वेश्चन है उसमें फ्लिप साइड होगा, क्योंकि उसके टेन्योर में थोड़े डेवलपमेंट भी होते हैं रेलवे और
लिख
टेलीग्राफ
दो,
का।
सही है, सही है, लिख दो।
इज इट अ
जब,
फ्लिप साइड?
हाँ हाँ, व्हेन आई से फ्लिप साइड, मैंने कहा इसमें मत लिखो। जब मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया
हम्म।
क्यों नहीं किया, मतलब क्यों इतना फोकस नहीं किया, सबको इतना फैक्ट याद नहीं होगा। इफ आई स्पेसिफिकली मेंशन दिस फैक्ट, आधे बच्चे यहाँ पे हो जाएंगे डाउन। अगर आपको याद आ रहा है ये फैक्ट तो मेरे साइड से गो अहेड है। गॉट इट?
ओके।
तो देखो फ्लिप साइड पहले हमें डेवलप करना है, अभी मैं एकदम से सब कुछ आपकी प्लेट में नहीं डाल रहा हूँ ना, सब डाल दूंगा। इफ आई गिव ऑल द थिंग्स एट वंस यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू डाइजेस्ट। अभी मैं फैक्ट्स, आई एम नॉट वर्किंग ऑन दैट मच ऑन द फैक्ट्स, आई एम वर्किंग ऑन द अप्रोच। फर्स्ट योर स्ट्रक्चर शुड बी राइट, इफ स्ट्रक्चर इज राइट देन यू विल फिट राइट वर्ड्स इन इट। आई एम वर्किंग ऑन दैट
तो
ऑल्सो।
जब जब से ये वर्ड सुना है हमेशा हर एक क्वेश्चन को देख के पता लगता है इसका फ्लिप साइड होगा नहीं होगा, होगा नहीं होगा, वही दिमाग वही खराब हो जाता है।
नहीं कोई नहीं, सी एटलीस्ट दिमाग खराब हो रहा है, इट मींस आ रहा है ना दिमाग में कुछ तो, और दिमाग भी है ना? In the same sense, at least you are trying. Okay, so it
और
works.
ठीक है, और सर कंक्लूजन में मुझे लग रहा है कि मेरा फ्यूचर लुकिंग पार्ट नहीं हो रहा है कंक्लूजन,
ठीक
मैं
है,
बस समराइज कर दे रही हूँ जो भी चीज मैंने डिस्कस करी
देखो
ऊपर।
वो एक एवरेज तरीका होता है कंक्लूजन लिखने का. व्हेन वी हैड अ कंक्लूजन वाला क्लास, देयर आई हैव explicitly mentioned that when you are summarizing anything, this can be one of the way of conclusion. It is not best way, I will say. You can always improve upon, but whenever you are summarizing, it doesn't mean that you are writing bad conclusion. Okay, so however, if we discuss the questions, are you able to relate that हाँ ये मैं कर सकती हूँ, या फ्यूचर वाला समझ में भी नहीं आ रहा?
सर समझ में आ रहा है, तभी तो मैं बता रही हूँ कि वो मिसिंग है पॉइंट सारे कंक्लूजन में से, मोस्ट ऑफ द कंक्लूजन में से।
कोई इशू नहीं है यार. 5 days हुए ना आंसर राइटिंग करते हुए, वो भी फर्स्ट टाइम शायद.
यस सर।
You do want to build a room in a day? ठीक
सर
है,
हम इंडियंस हैं, हम एक दिन में भी बनवा सकते हैं।
ठीक है. फिर अभी मैं रिकॉर्डिंग बंद करके बोलूंगा जो मुझे बोलना है. और किसी का कुछ तो क्वेश्चन नहीं है ना? लेट मी स्विच ऑफ द रिकॉर्डिंग बस.